In the world of battle through the heavens, a figure of immense prestige and power makes his appearance. The Nine-Turn Peak Dou Zun, known as the Old Man from Baoshan. His arrival is nothing short of commanding. Before the eyes of countless onlookers, he pierces through the void itself, and from the boundless nothingness, he retrieves an object that has drawn the attention of all who covet power. The final fragment of the Pure Lotus Demon Fire. Episode 161 of the series bursts open with this pivotal moment as the long-awaited space trade fair finally begins. And it's not just an ordinary gathering. It's the very place where the fate of this last fragment will be decided. Yao Chen himself takes Xiao Yan under his wing, leading him into a bold campaign of plunder and pursuit, with one purpose only: to seize that fragment. But before we step into the grandeur of the fair, we look back at the recent bloody chapter that brought us here. With the Dou Zun level melee at Xuanhuang Fortress finally settled, Xiao Yan and his wife Medusa have returned to Xingyun Pavilion. The battle there had been nothing short of legendary. Xiao Yan personally felling two of the Soul Palace's celestial masters, shaking the entire continent. The first to confront him was the nine heavenly venerable Mo Yu. The moment Mo Yu saw Xiao Yan, arrogance dripped from his words as he vowed to capture him alive and deliver him to the Soul Palace. But Mo Yu gravely underestimated his opponent. In just half a year, Xiao Yan's cultivation had surged from a 5-star Dou Zun to the very peak of 8-star Dou Zun, a speed of advancement so outrageous it bordered on cheating. No matter what fearsome attacks Mo Yu unleashed, Xiao Yan batted them aside effortlessly. Then came the turning point. Xiao Yan decided to end the contest with his celestial Dou skills. Summoning the great heavenly creation palm, he unleashed a strike so overwhelming that even the 8-star Dou Zun Mo Yu could not withstand it. With a single decisive blow, Mo Yu fell. But there was no time for rest. Almost instantly, Shuai Tianzun appeared. Interestingly, thanks to the anime's adaptation, the fourth brother of the Soul Palace emerged here as the fourth sister, her form now dangerously alluring, yet her aura brimming with bloodlust. She was a first-level Dou Zun, and like Mo Yu before her, exuded arrogance. Shuai launched the fearsome blood transformation technique, a method capable of devastating most foes. Yet against Xiao Yan, it was useless. Having fused 3 mighty bloodlines, his very essence could dissolve the attack with ease. Wasting no time, Xiao Yan unleashed not 1, but 3 heavenly-level Dou skills in rapid succession, pressing his advantage relentlessly. And then came the finisher, the Destruction Fire Lotus. Its devastating force obliterated Shuai Tianzun, securing Xiao Yan's defense of the Xuanhuang Fortress. With the fortress safe, Xiao Yan returned to the Yan League alongside Medusa, taking on the urgent task of reorganizing the Dan Hall. Inside the hall, 2 7th-rank alchemists openly disobeyed orders. Gu He, despite being a 7th-rank alchemist himself, lacked the authority to rein them in. So Xiao Yan made his move. He would use action, not words, to establish dominance. Before the eyes of all, he refined an 8th-rank elixir, the 5-colored Danley pill. When the heavenly tribulation of elixir thunder descended, its power was enough to shake the heavens. The 2 defiant alchemists, Liu Chang and Wu Zhen, were instantly gripped by fear, but Xiao Yan was ready. He summoned his heavenly demon puppet to absorb the full brunt of the lightning. The tribulation was resisted, the elixir was secured, and Xiao Yan's prestige soared. Liu Chang and Wu Zhen realized their position was untenable. They attempted to slip away from the Dan Hall quietly, but Xiao Yan allowed no such escape. Before all witnesses, he ordered their capture. Order was restored. Still, he wasted no time. After the Dan Hall's affairs were settled, he returned to Xingyun Pavilion with Medusa. The threat of the Soul Palace still loomed, and Xiao Yan would not leave his sect vulnerable. It was there that Yao Chen delivered important news. The space trade fair was about to begin. This was no ordinary marketplace. It was an event that attracted the most powerful cultivators and rarest treasures in existence. And so Yao Chen personally led Xiao Yan to it. The scale of the fair was staggering. Even the guards at the entrance were 6-star Dou Zun. To think that such power was only used for gatekeeping was almost absurd. The fair was held in the bustling space town. And before the grand auction began, Xiao Yan, Medusa, and the little medical fairy wandered through its stalls. That was when they stumbled upon something extraordinary, an 8-colored rough stone. While the world revered the already rare 7-colored stones, Medusa knew the truth. 8-colored stones were far more precious, far more valuable. When the main event commenced, Yao Chen quickly recognized several unwelcome acquaintances, the infamous 3 scorpion demon ghosts. And among their possessions lay what Xiao Yan sought most, the final fragment of the map to the Pure Lotus Demon Fire. Presiding over the event was none other than Elder Baoshan himself. At the absolute peak of the 9th transformation Dou Zun realm, his presence commanded silence. And then the auction began in earnest. The very first item? The Celestial Demon Phoenix wing. Not a corpse, not a relic, but the actual wing itself. As bidding escalated, Xiao Yan managed to secure not only the wing, but also a copy of the Celestial Nether Poison Codex. The price for the latter was steep. He had to part with 2 grade 8 5-colored pill thunder elixirs. And then, in a moment that silenced the hall, Elder Baoshan reached into the void and pulled forth an object all had been waiting for. The final fragment of the Pure Lotus Demon Fire map. With its appearance, the air turned tense, for everyone knew the battle for this fragment was about to erupt. And when it does, the outcome could shake the world itself. And so, the stage is set. The Space Trade Fair has revealed its greatest treasure, and every powerhouse present now has their eyes locked on it. Xiao Yan and Yao Chen's journey has brought them face to face with the final piece of the Pure Lotus Demon Fire map. But the battle to claim it will be far from simple. Rivals, schemers, and deadly foes are already moving in the shadows, each determined to seize it for themselves. When the clash begins, who will stand victorious, and who will be left in ruin? The answer lies ahead in the next chapter of Battle Through the Heavens.